mascot from the ACC, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the #1 team in the land, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up.
The Utes.
Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He's going to go for a big one. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Bringing it back. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, does it get any better than that? Creating a turnover on the very first play of the game. You talk about doing this all week. You talk about we can beat this team. We're going to go out there and execute. And to do it, the first snap, belief, climbing through the roof, baby.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Leaves it with the running back. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Trying to find his man on first down.
Did you just drop it?
Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Wow.
This rivalry nearly 100 years old now, guys, dating back to when Newt Rockne made the Irish a power and Howard Jones had done the same for the Trojans.
So many names, and then if you go recent, I mean, everybody remembers the Bush push and just so many great games in this matchup. Every year it seems like the game means a lot, and obviously, when you add a trophy, it just gets weighted.
It's like the greatest players that ever do it. I mean, Joe Montana for Notre Dame, Marcus Allen, his Heisman Trophy with the Trojans, and you're right. We could go on and on and on, and it always seems like those guys play their best games in this rivalry classic.
What a great rush by the defense. Understanding, winning up front, getting to the quarterback, and rattling him. Try not to get a penalty, right? God forbid you touch these guys too hard, you get called for a penalty. Nice job getting a good clean hit, pressure on the quarterback.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Great timing by the defense there. Obviously, the offense has the ball in the red zone. You're trying to create a negative play to back them up. They do that with the sack, and if they're now going to try a field goal, it's going to be a little more work for the kicker.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
I'll tell you, this is not an easy place to play on the road, especially at nighttime. This crowd, they get loud. That's the way it's been so far, but they have a nice drive to open it up. They're able to execute, to put themselves in field goal range, knock it through the uprights. They did exactly what they needed to do, taking a 3-0 lead here early on the road. That's impressive.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the... And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
When you talk about outstanding pass rushers, you're always talking about dynamic guys, and he's been that each and every week for this defense. Speed, he's got power. You just simply can't block him, and that last play is his 10th sack of the season.
Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll throw on 3rd and short.
Get him.
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on 4th. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. The expressway is wide open. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down and distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the run. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Offense getting set for 1st down. He wants to throw it again. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And into the end zone. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Trojans! That touchdown grabbed the 25th of his career.
Not surprising either. When you've got this guy's ability at that position, quarterbacks are going to be looking for you. 25 touchdown catches, that's an impressive thing.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that have been so big time. Big time moments, clutch plays, makes those contested catches. He's a guy that can do everything, and that's why he's putting up such great stats.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. There's a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
of the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Miles. The quick out. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
At the 40, there he goes. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from
Come on,
getting
y'all got a
and
block
how
right
about the
there.
work up front by that big
It's
defensive
gonna
line.
work.
Cross-country rivalry between these old foes. It started because Newt Rockne's wife wanted to go to California late in the season, and the next chapter unfolds today.
That sounds perfect. If my wife wanted to do this, the same thing I would do. Happy wife, happy life. It's always interesting to hear how these rivalry trophies come about, but I know one thing. USC, Notre Dame, every year, Palmer, is appointment television.
It is. My brother Billy played for Notre Dame, and I'll be honest, I used to get jealous watching him play against the Trojans, whether it was at Coliseum or whether it was at Notre Dame. This is one of the best rivalries in all of college football, and one that I wish I could have been a part of.
A 3rd down try for the offense. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Looking to throw, it's Miles. Finds his tight end. Tackled, but he has a first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come open.
From the 17-yard line, threatening to score on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Oh, you caught
Didn't
that.
connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Now they'll try the right side. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to...
And he breaks into the open. He's at the 40. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. We're hoping for a little more drama than we got a season ago when the Trojans obliterated the Irish.
They absolutely laid the hammer. And the Trojans, listen, this is a team that you can count on every year now. They're starting to put their name in the hat. They've always had so much prestige, tradition. End of the year, these games, they matter. Can they deliver another statement game again this year?
I think the Trojans coaching staff last year did such a good job getting their team's minds right. And the leaders in that locker room, they were really making sure that everyone's intensity was at a different level going into that game. No doubt they want to come out, blow out Notre Dame again, and keep the jeweled shillelagh in the trophy case.
He'll throw on third down. It's complete. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Well, a field goal kicker can step away from the net and go sit down, grab some water. They're not going to need him just quite yet. That was a great play call. Throwing the ball on third and short in field goal range. You get the completion, now setting up first and goal.
The Trojans are on the move. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They're going to throw it on third and goal. Floating away. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And it's third and goal, and you're throwing for it. I get it, but you got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity on fourth down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. Clemson is down right now, but I'm not convinced this team doesn't have a C.J. Spiller-like big play in them. Any change in momentum, and this is a brand new game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Carolina. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
Oh,
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Make that block.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Got his man downfield. At midfield, he's got room. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, I'm glad you used the reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden takes, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
The give to the back.
Oh, break that tackle.
Here comes the offense on second down. Going to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. They'll give it to the back.
Oh, get
Only able to pick
there.
up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down.
Look at it.
And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. Oh, they blocked the kick. And they scoop it up. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They'll throw it on first down. Now adjusting. He's going to take off. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint. But does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse. Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. At the 30. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways and try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that up.
Offense set on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Unloads to the wideout. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots and they're being aggressive throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. And on that last one, he was looking for number 3.
After misfiring, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo. He'll come out throwing on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he finds his way out of bounds real close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And the quick shuffle pass underneath. Touchdown Trojans! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Why didn't you go with him?
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. But if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half.
30 seconds.
Leaves it with the back.
Oh,
And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
get there.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking for a man. It's Miles. Looking to the big tight end. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. We're ready to get it started here in the second half. Fair catch called for and made. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half.
You
So
got
now
your
you're
ass
down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
A nice play there. And I know when you think Notre Dame football, you're thinking about running the football and all those NFL offensive linemen they have. But when you've got playmakers like him on the perimeter, you've got to be able to take advantage of him. This guy has the chance to play on Sundays. He's too good. If you've got a window to throw and that guy's out running a route,
How do you get bumped way the fuck
Hit
off your
hard
route?
as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
If I'm the offensive coordinator right here, man, I'm trying to find some easy gimmies. I'm trying to find a way to make this offense easier right now, because everything seems harder. Like last week too, man, just completion percentage is not great. This offense is just not moving like it should, and they got to find some ways to make this thing easy.
Off the play fake. Snagged on the outside, it's DeMarco. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. He's got his man. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins it.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To the air, it's Miles. Fires deep toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
He just swats that one away. He's been doing that all season long. Very, very hard to throw against this guy in man coverage or zone. He's been making quarterbacks pay all year, and that's why he's up for the top defensive back in college football award this season.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Hey, third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
They're going to send out the field goal unit, and that kicker will have to launch a rocket. Well, players don't really like kickers, but if this guy bangs through this 60-yarder, he'll be the toast of the team. No good. Guys, a missed field goal, and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
To the ground to try to move the chains. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got
trying to slow this dude down. He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle. And what a challenge all week long. They knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket, force something into a bad situation, or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
After the run, now to throw. He'll pull it down. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised. And initially, he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open. And he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
All right, offense has got to be better. You've done a nice job getting the football to this point in the red zone, but now you can't go backwards. You've got to be able to get rid of the football if it's not there, and that was a terrible play giving up the sack.
He's looking for an open man on second down.
Oh, fuck.
To the running back. That throw and catch gets him down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
On third and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. The Trojans will move the sticks.
Man, that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet right there. I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute. They do it.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's looking to throw.
Oh, good.
He's got it on the move. Touchdown USC. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Liner, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard, and that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
I know what that feels like.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points.
Hey, man, come on. All you got to do is block him.
Jesse, probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll try it over the left side. At the 35, he's loose. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, USA 31, Notre Dame 10.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Right back to the well. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Toss to the outside.
Man,
Strong
come
tackle
here.
and wrap up from the junior. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He
Man,
just
ain't
needed
no
a
way.
yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Man,
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You got the lead. It's 4th and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go
Get the
for it.
first.
If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
Pickup of 6. That's a first down for the offense.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another first down. To the air, it's Miles. Throws to the wideout. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
wow.
He intercepts it. Taking it the other way. He's inside the 40. At the 20. Touchdown Trojans. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a big
59,
six.
get over there and kick him
I think
out.
this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Irish send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the... Oh, he's ready to take a shot. He's got it. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And the punishment has been extended. And that might be a dagger. They push the lead out, and they are now setting their sights on their 12th straight win. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. The lone back's got it.
How
Was
in
made at the
blocking
28
him?
after a pickup of 3.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass and make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. They'll put the tight end in motion. Running back searching for a hole. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. Has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Hit as he throws. That ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Listen, with the aggressiveness of offenses and taking chances, a lot of times it's going to put your defense in a hole. And this defense is going to have to come through in the clutch right here because you're trailing. They can't get more scores. They got to get a stop on this possession, and the offense is going to have to do better than they just did.
Pulls and fires complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy at that slot position.
Quarterback checking the play. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Gets it out fast. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point in the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
On 1st down from the 13-yard line. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Not much running room. He's got 1 down to the 12. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver shows motion. With jet sweep pass. Powers through the defender. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And great recognition by the corner. That touch pass after he throws at the quarterback, it's a pass. He can't throw it forward again. Nice job understanding that, flying up, coming and making the big tackle in the open field.
A 3rd and long coming up here. He's looking downfield to throw. Fires to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. The holder will put it down on the right hash. A 33-yard try. Absolutely perfect. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Now they'll run it to the right here. At the 35, he's got room. He's up to 94 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The give.
Come on.
Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that. But Palmer, it's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account, and it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. And after this play, the cake will be baked. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. A first down for the offense. Quick pass on the fly motion. And after they get him on the ground, that's going to do it. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for the whole year.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.